Testing 1 2 3. 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 Nice shot. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Nice shot. Live up to your reputation, getting kicked out every week. Who got kicked out? You ready? Yes, live. September Park at 16 with noon, the 2 games straight out today.
So we have the Grizzlies, very close to Conference. So for the main start, Grizzlies has made 12 decent cuts. Anita one caught after not being worked. And the last of the first kick for Grizzlies. Today we have glorious sunshine, no threat of rain. So we have yesterday we have very close games. Most of our teams are on the strength. It was an accident. But in the loss, yesterday was some exciting play as we saw yesterday. We're already seeing proper goalie and proper shooting. That's the most Grizzlies, that's the fourth. So the case for here comes in Eva. First ball with nice dribbling this one inside by the bowler. Habiba Shamsuddin is one of the national players that represented Canada in Ontario. She's going to be this wicket as well. Comes in, Grizzlies. This time is short. Played one inside to find it. TC. 58 no matter two. Still gotta score up. Gotta bring the score up. Just pass it. Now it's 11 for 1. Just a slight going. So they look there was better lane, plays it into belly. Oh wow. So far this is the second movement.
There and talk.
That's it. Two overs. With me, Shafi. Still setting up a few more things.
So yeah, we're going to plug in, it goes up to, and then, yeah, so just leave it like that. Sound is not coming out yet, so I'm going to try this. See.
Basically, about two. That takes us for 13.1, and that means one of the left right. Comes in again. Good line, little deeper, completely outside the outcome, complete to the receiver. Nice delivery.
Take there.
Work getting set before we have fourth delivery of the over as he comes in. Nicely bowled, well bowled. Pitch, well matched up, smartly guided. Good work, straight. Just Grizzlies are now number 2. We're seeing a decent spell of middle through. Good line, good length. We're not focused on putting the ball just on the off stump or just outside the off stump. Beating the bat, getting the edges, and getting them to drive it up in the air. So very good, very smart bowling. She has improved tremendously from last year. So Eagles have lost the 2 openers. 13 for 2. Objectives score now 71. Somebody's got to go in there once. He's bowling to a short mid-off, short cover, point, gully. That was well bowled. She's got a spear leg, fine legs. Bowling to the field. This is what comes. That's the end of the fourth over. This means our fourth.
Accident, she's stuck in traffic. Accident.
No. Yes, she can. Alright. And that was a beautiful shot. Unfortunately, the recovery now. Down to all close. I knew that was the answer I was going to get this. Having a little banter on the side with Pedro Chino of the Grizzlies. He won his first game yesterday as he comes in, delivers that one. Good line. Barely made contact, trickle out to the fine leg again for 1 run. So replacing the last batter is Kainat Quasi. And now she's on that run take with a 3. And the score to 20 for 2. Isha's so far bowled 4 deliveries, 6 runs. She's fighting a little bit to get her line and length. That's better, but it's again full toss, but this time straight to the fielder at deep square leg, and they cross for 1. Takes the score to 21, and kind of abandon at the 5, and bring kind of Quasi on strike. That's a better ball, short, and played out to point. No run. That's the end of the 5th over, 21 for 2. At a current run rate of 4.20, that's pretty decent for the start of the game. This will be the second day's the event that we will get in, and from the weather, I think we will get another completed day of cricket. There are 2 days that got washed out. We're contemplating to move those to next week, as we need to select 2 teams for the women's national T20. What's your name? To be played at King City.
Okay, thank you.
King City. A new bowler coming on from the west end, bottom end, if you know Centennial pretty well, and it's Ariba Hashmi. Ariba is a decent cricketer from previous women programs. She bowls, I think it's a right arm medium. Let's see what she's good today. Ariba first delivery. It's a wide outside the off stump. Behind the stumps for the Eagles is Malia Bay, the wicketkeeper. Malia is also a seasoned cricketer for Cricket Ontario. Plays in the local leagues. Many of these girls play in the local leagues in Mississauga Cricket Premier League and belong to different clubs. And again, that is wide down the leg side. She's fighting terribly to get line and length. That takes the score to 23 for 2. So 2 deliveries, 2 wides. Ariba needs to find her line and length very quickly. Captain is having a word with her, which is good to see. The seasoned players encouraging the younger girls. Few words of advice and wisdom always help to correct the mistakes. So we're having a good discussion as to where she should bowl the ball, what she should focus on. Let's see if that works. She comes in now. And it did. Better line, better length. Played nicely out to point, and they cross for a single. That takes Vanden at the 6 and bring Kainet Quasi on strike. Hey son, get that. Bring that up, please. Yeah, give us here. Better line length, nice delivery. She tries to play across it, got a bottom edge, played out to short, mid-on, no runs. So the discussion between the captain and Eva did work. 2 better length balls on the stump. She comes in. Another good line ball. That almost got a wicket. She's flashing at it, not playing the proper shot, and almost got an edge through to the wicketkeeper. So skipper Trisha Best's discussion with her bowler has resulted in 3 proper line and length deliveries from the bowler. And this is good to see them encouraging each other to play better. So Ariba will come in to bowl her 4th delivery. Another good line and length pitched up and was played defensively out on the offside, fielded by the bowler, no runs. Habiba. Habiba. This is Ontario Women's Central T20.
What T20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you finish your stuff for me to send it into Freaking Canada? You gotta hurry up. The deadline is soon.
I don't want to.
To change your mind now.
Monali is going. She has already 9 votes. They were like
Who?
Monali Patel.
Who told you she got 9 votes?
She's singles right hand.
She
And
doesn't.
she's like, you don't have this, that, and whatnot.
Don't let her
And
tell
like,
you.
I'm not going.
Don't let her tell you what to do. She can't tell
And
you.
I think no, and next
Yeah.
2 years I'm working with you on Ontario.
Okay. Alright. Because that's just one opposition trying to discourage the other person. Anyway, I'll talk to her after.
Is more team on this?
Yes.
She's here. You can call her for commentary.
Is today's game link posted on the website? Because Shaji's been very busy.
I
Checks.
did. I put on all the.
Okay, good. All right. Okay. Sorry for the short break. It's 24 for 2. The 6 overs are finished at a run rate of 4 runs so far. Vandana is on 6 and Kainat Kwazi is on 3. Vandana's full name is Vandana Mahajan. Ishmet Sagu is now bowling. First ball, 1 run. Ishmet comes in, bowls good line, good length, driven in the offside. They will get a single for that. Good attempt by Ariba. Didn't stop it, but cut the pace off of it and picked up by the fielder behind her. That takes Vandana to 7. And Kainat to 4, sorry. And Vandana on strike. So 26 for 2. As Ish comes in, good line, good length, played 4 defensive, out to the offside. Ish comes in, delivers that one short, and that's played gently out to the gully position for a single. Vandana moves to 8 and the score moves to 27 for 2. Ishmael comes in, she builds a one, a good line blank. KQ tried to come forward and push it through the onside but made no contact. No appeal for LBW. This is obviously out the leg stump. Good that the girls can hold back the appeals when they know it's not out, which means their judgment is good. She comes in again, another good line, and that one rose on her. Surprised her, got the top edge of the bat out to short point, no run. And that's the end of the 7th over. Better over from Ishmet Sagu in her second over. She's bowled 2 for 10 when on a rate of 3. And it's 27 for 2 off 7 overs. That's good bowling because they've dragged the run rate down from 4.2 to 3.86. And Ariba Hashmi will come for a second over. Let's see if she continues bowling good line and length and do not stray to the wide leg or offside.
Oh my
And as I said that, I don't know what to call that one. I don't think it's a delivery because I think she hit something and the ball just went up in the air.
The dead ball.
Yeah, I think the ball just got loose from the bowler hands. So Skipper is having a chat with her again. It's good to see Skipper Trisha Best taking interest in our players. She did a great job yesterday in getting all the young players involved. encouragement, letting them feel that they're part of the equation because this is what we want. And that one was pitched up, and I think that's a wicket. Oh, that should have been a wicket. Good try by Maria, but she didn't get there. I think Mavish should have gone for that ball and got there. Okay, so we count that as a drop catch as Abria comes in again for her second delivery. Better ball, better line, better length. That was a slower ball, just played out in the onside, fielded by Marish, no runs. At least I see one fielder shining the ball. They need to learn to keep the ball, not dropping the ball all over the field, hand to the bowler. Coach, we got to work on them moving the ball around, not dropping it on the ground all the time.
No, he's the back inside.
No, it doesn't matter. Still, we're all coaches. We're all coaching them. They're throwing of the ball from one player to the next. You know, they're returning. And another decent, beautiful delivery. The beater all ends up on the offside, through to the wicket keeper. So she has improved. Good to have a captain that believes in you and encourages you to do good. So it's 28 for 2 off 7.3. Abria Hashmi comes in for a 4th delivery. Oh, nice ball. Pitched outside the leg stick, coming back in at the batter. She defended it up the wicket, back to the bowler, no runs. Good. You want to come? You want to come on for a bit? Yeah.
My mind is working on this.
Okay. Abria comes in. That's a good length ball, and it's pushed out to point, and that was an easy single. And their score goes to 29 for 2. Kainat Kwasi to 5, which brings Vandana on strike at 9. Vandana is going at 100% strike rate, 9 runs off 9 ball. Kainat Kwasi is 5 of 18, which is a 27.78. She needs to work that ball into the gaps and keep the scoreboard ticking. This is something that most of our batters have to learn to do in a T20. Abria comes in again. Nice run up, smooth. Good ball. Again, she bowled the one that's thrown and comes back into the batter from the leg side. I think it's a cutter. I don't think I can call it a leg break. That take Kainat to 5, Vandana to 10, and bring Kainat on strike. So that's the end of the 30th over for 2 runs. Ontario Grizzlies. Coming on to bowl is the skipper herself, Trisha Bess Lavia.
How many overs left?
12. Okay, now one of our seasoned player, Captain Trisha Bess, has taken the ball. She bowls an off break. Hey, how you doing?
Payment.
Huh?
Thanks for the payment.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Consider you can help me commentate and stuff. And that was good line, good length, and defended up the wicket by Vandana. Shachi, you just gone for some stuff. Best comes in again. Second delivery, gives that one ear, turning away from her to the wicketkeeper, no run. We will see Bess using all her experience in the world to try to trick the batter. Now she's coming the third delivery up. She tosses that one up again, and that one comes back into her. Completely beat her. Taken cleanly by Mahalia, and it's no runs. So 3 deliveries, no runs so far, 30 runs, 2 wicket. And now we have with us Monali Patel from Cricket Canada, our coach, trainer, facilitator. We'll get a mic on her soon when Shaji comes back. I think they could probably hear you if you speak. What do you think of what you see today?
Oh, it's great to see that we've got 2 full grounds. We've certainly moved up in the number of players over the years. We were just 1 ground, 2 teams just a few years ago, and now we've got 2 full grounds, 4 full teams.
Yeah. We had that in 2022 as well, and 2019. No, 2019 we didn't have 4, but 2022 we had, and that was pitched up and beautifully driven through the covers, and I think that was 2 runs while I was talking to Manali. So yeah, that was 2 runs. I can see that from the bowling stats. That brings the score to 32 for 2. Yeah, Manali, we were saying it's good to see the progress in the women's development in Ontario. That last year the interest was at the highest of 73 people enrolled. You know, you were with me when we started that high performance program that we had. So give us your opinion, what you think, so what you saw.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're doing what needs to be done in order to grow the game for the female audience, and most importantly, we've now got a player pool that we can pick from for the nationals. Grassroots cricket, obviously we still need a little more work because we don't have as many juniors as we'd like. And to those of you listening, if you've got younger daughters, if you've got younger sisters, you know, bring them out, get them involved. It's a great sport to be a part of. And as you can see, as you work your way up the rankings, there's opportunity to play for the province, to play for the country, and most amazingly, you get to travel and meet all kinds of people all over the world.
We have a new bowler, Vijayanti
VJ.
I will call her VJ for short. Yeah, that's good.
That's what she goes for.
I'm trying to pronounce all these names. Gentle left arm off break, and that was a decent line length. Quietly pushed out by KQ to the short mid off. No runs. 32 for 2. We're in the 10th over. They desperately need to take the score up because the projected score is only 69 runs at this time. She comes in again, tosses on lots of air, and that's driven nicely. Misfield by point, and that will be backed up by Schmidt, and they get the single. That takes the score to 33 for 2, and Vandana to Keku to 6, and brings Vandana on strike.
She's here. She's a leader.
You gotta talk to them, and then we'll get it in. At the end of the over, they can't go in now. Coach should know that. You see Shani? Vijay is coming in to bowl her 4th delivery. Tosses that one up. That's made contact with the pad. I think they will get 1 leg by. Let's see what the umpire is going to say. Yep, 1 leg by. Can't keep bowling this. You gotta talk about it.
She's played for Canada.
Who?
VJ.
Yeah. As I was just reminded by Manali, she's one of our national team player, and that was a decent delivery, again gently and quietly pushed out to the point region. So she's bowling a tight line and length, controlling the batter, keeping the runs down, which is the task that she's given, and hopefully will pick up a wicket. Because if you apply the pressure, eventually the batter will try to do something and could make a mistake. So Vijani comes in to bowl her last delivery. Again, she gives that one ear right on line and length up to the batter, and she just KQ plays it gently up the wicket back to VJ, and that's the end of the 10th over. 34 for 2. So right now Ontario Grizzlies is playing an extremely slow-paced game. They need to start realizing that half of the game is done, and they need to get the run rate going, because the projected score at this time is only 68. It's hard to see there. Yeah, it's only 68, and they need to at least post 100 runs. We know the Panthers played Eagles played a pretty good game yesterday, so they could chase that run very easily.
Good, how are you?
Frank, can you tell Shaji if he can? Shah. Yeah. Do we have another mic? No, I mean, we give her one. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
All good?
All good.
Official commentators you call now?
Hey, she just dropped in, buddy.
Just dropped in to say hi.
Yeah. So we're arranging a mic for Manali. In the meantime, Trisha Bess is changed end, and she will be bowling her second over. She comes in, gives them one ear. That one was played quietly out to point, and they run for a single, appealing for a run out, but that's safely home. So I think they now understand the urgency to get the scoreboard ticking and take the runs as fast as they can, because they're now 34 for 2, and this is the 11th over that's just started to.
Energy saving over there. We go too small, supplies is small.
The other one was left home, so by accident. The streaming yesterday was of high quality, very good, clean songs, everything. And taking strike, asking for center is Kainat Kouazi, and she's gonna face Trisha. Trisha comes in, top, turns that in, good line, good length, well played again to point. Again, a misfield is gonna result in a safe single, taking up to 35 for 2. So we're seeing some good line and length tight bowling from both spinners, stifling the batters and the run rate. This one was tossed up and played right back at her. Not sure if it was a catch. Maybe, I don't think it carried all the way to Trisha.
Looked a little tight from here.
Yeah. So she will try to repeat that again. Let's see what happens. She comes in, delivers.
It's driven down the ground beautifully this time. Good pick up and throw from the fielder at mid-off.
And that's Hiba. And as we said earlier today, their throwing arm is working way better than yesterday. We're getting proper throws to the wicket, not halfway. So big improvement from yesterday today. I guess the sun is making the difference. And that one was tossed up, played through to gully, no runs.
Yeah, the throws are better, the batting's better, the bowling's better. I noticed quite a few extras were given yesterday, but a little more on point today.
I think the extras is pretty lower, much lower today than the games yesterday. Tossed up, good line, good length, well played, defensive 4-4. So skipper is doing what she's trying to do, which is bowl maiden over or get runs, get wickets, or as low as possible economy rate.
It's 37 for 2 at the end of the 11th.
Yeah.
What do you think prime par score for this match?
It says projected at 67. They need to pick it up. They have the batters inside who can guard the ball. They need to.
They certainly do, and they're going against a very strong opposition today. We just saw Bess bowl, but those of you who know her know that she can bat extremely well. She's definitely someone to reckon with the bat.
Leandri comes in again, tossed up, pushed into the, and this man be out. Nice, beautiful feeling, like I said. Compared to yesterday to today, we're not only seeing better feeling and throws, we're seeing 2 hit stumps already, and that's well done. There was no way, no prayer of getting there home safely. So it's good to see the improved feeling from the players today. But I guess that's when you play in full sunshine and it's not freezing and your body is not cold and the rain is not threatening to fall, you know.
Yeah, it's an unusual June for Canadian. For Canadian June, this year has been a little cold, a little hot. It's been all over the place and hard to predict. And of course, the rain had to come at the best of times, exactly when you had scheduled these,
The
are we
T20.
calling them tryouts?
No, these are the Provincial Central T20. It's the one we hold every year in order to select the 2 teams for the women's national.
nationals.
Yeah. So this is the regional competitions. We used to refer to it as the Ontario Women's Regional Competitions, but we changed the name to the Central T20. That was an unfortunate run out for Kainat Kwazi.
She departs for
I think about 11 or 8, something like that. Let's see, we can get it. Scoreboard. 7 runs.
7 runs off of 26 deliveries. You got to say that is a very, very slow striking rate, isn't it? Especially for a T20.
Yeah. I mentioned that earlier, that they have to be focused on the fact that dot balls are not their friends in playing a T20 match. It's not a 50 over, it's not a 40 over. That mentality has to change. The batters have to go in with a mentality that they have to look for the runs. If you're playing for the defensive, you're seeing the ball. Next step is to place the ball. And if you can place the ball and get the single, run your first run fast, you will keep the scoreboard ticking and you will keep a average run rate of at least 4 runs and over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not always the big shots that matter. It always comes down to rotation of strike. BJ is continuing her attack.
Stop again. Flash on the off stump. She made contact, and they will hustle for 2 on this one. So that's good to see that they're now rushing and trying to get the score going. So the person replacing Kainat Kwazi is Khadija Fatima.
Tiny little thing, Khadija, but she's got a lot of enthusiasm. She's been around the game for quite a few years with her mom.
And that's a beautiful shot. That's played straight through the point, and they will go for 2 again. And you were saying earlier, asking for the youths, what you will notice today in the 4 teams, there are a lot of young under 19 girls, at least three on each team, and some that use substitutes when they're short. So we have a good bunch of under 19s, which we started last year trying to build, and then we had the high performance under 19 program this year going on. So it's good to see that we have a good response from these young ladies coming in, and from some of the clubs that are playing and have leagues, like the Mississauga Cricket Premier League, Superstars. All these clubs are encouraging the younger girls and training them and bringing them into the equation. And that was nicely pitched up and nicely played, but straight to the fielder, no run.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Prem. We need an under 19 program urgently. As most of you may or may not know, the United States has now represented the region in the first ever under 19 Women's World Cup, and Canada, unfortunately, not having a program, we're not subject to a qualification round against the US. So what that's meant is the US has automatically qualified for the last under 19 World Cup. The hope is that the next one coming up, we've got a team to field and we've got a solid program to keep that nurtured.
And speaking of our young ones, here is one of them coming on with the bowling end, Hassini. Hassini played yesterday, and here she is. She is right arm, I will say medium pace, but let's see how she does today. Good run up, good ball, good line, good length.
And she's picked up a wicket.
And picked up a wicket.
Delivery.
It's an LBW. Way to go. Huh?
Bold.
Oh, she got bald. Oh, thanks. I was looking at this guy here bothering me. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't see all the way there. No, but Manoli's here. She'll correct it. I thought he did the thing. That's well.
She was on point with her first delivery. It was
Clean
slower,
ball.
but full, pitched up, and completely deceived Khadija. She backs away, and unfortunately, she's going to have to walk back.
Well, I would say this as a young cricketer coming on, bowling her first delivery for the day in a match and getting a clean ball, that must feel amazing to her. It must give her a lot of courage, a lot of encouragement, and
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't get much better than that.
nope, that's what you call dreams are made of, and she just had hers. Well, let's see what she continues to do. Now the Grizzlies are really in trouble. 43 for 4 off 12 in the 13 over.
New batterine, Gunit Wadera.
Yeah.
She's been part of the OCA setup for quite a few years now. Just a great person to have on the field. She's full of joy, brings a lot of positivity, and she's always smiling, Prem.
Which is good. It's good. Again, another good line ball. She gives that one ear, and Gunit steps forward and played it nicely back to the bowler. I think Gunit had a pretty good game yesterday. Can't remember all of the scores. But this is good bowling from this little under 19 player. Don't know her age exactly, but it's good to see that. That's bowling with a lot of maturity at this point in time.
And unfortunately, that looks like it's going to be a no ball.
Okay.
And that's going to be followed up with a free hit. So Gunit's got a license here to go for it, and she's going to need to go for it with just 44 runs on the board.
Well, let's see how this young bowler will deal with her first free hit for the day.
That's
Well,
tossed up.
she holds her cool, bowled a pretty good, decent line, and Gunit made no contact with that. Luckily, it was outside the off stump. What do you want
Yeah,
to say?
gets away with that one. Certainly very tossed up, low dipping full toss. Gunit can't do much with that, unfortunately. It's going to go down as a dot ball.
Which keeps her at 44 for 4. She comes in again.
she
Oh,
seems
that
to
one.
have
That's
lost
a
the
dead
ball.
ball. Dead ball. I think she hit her side.
She's a tiny little thing. I'm sure the ball is quite large in her hand.
This hand is not working.
But she's done quite well for her
Practice
first
this.
over. Very positive. She's got good intent. She's got good line and length. Not much wrong apart from that no ball earlier. Followed up with a beautiful delivery again. It's going to be another dot ball. And good cricket there. As you can see, she's seen the player get to the ball. She's gotten behind the stumps, ready to back up the throw in case the batters are going to try and steal a quick single. Very good match awareness from this youngster.
Yes, yeah. And that is something we want them to all learn. Game awareness, game sense, game situation. I call it SAS. They need to master those three, and if they can keep focus and get those three under their control, they will become better cricketers.
Yeah, absolutely. And cricket's such a complex game. You know, it's a tough sport to teach, isn't it? Because there's so much to it. There are little intricacies.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why we try to get all our coaches educated. That's another good thing that we've started on Ontario. And Manali, you have been involved in that. And this last one, when we did our ICC level 1 course, but you can see that Cricket Ontario has taken on the responsibility of what the national body was supposed to be doing. And in the last 3 years, we have had about 40-something coaches gone through the NCCP programs and getting qualified and bringing them. This year, my high performance youth programs I had 6 coaches for the under 16 and 6 coaches for the under 18, and we turned out to have, according to the parents and the players, a great feedback that we tried first what we call a real high performance program, and it went wrong really well and received really well, and we had good response from our coaches and parents and everybody.
Leah Maksud into the attack, and that's picked up beautifully. It's hoiked over to the leg side. It's going to be 2 runs, but beautifully under the ball, and she's dispatched it into the leg side.
It's deep mid wicket, So and they are feeling pretty deep. So normally, I think this boundary is out a little bit. They were supposed to take it in, and no one did it. They put it too far on certain. This side is too far. This side is not bad. They didn't do it like they were taught yesterday.
Just going back to your point,
Saliha is the new bowler.
slight misfield. They're going to steal a single. Just going back to your point about the level 1 coaching clinics, those of you listening, there's a massive push to try and get as many coaches accredited through the ICC level 1 program. If you're listening, get on Ed app. There is a link of it on Cricket Canada's social media sites. As soon as you finish your foundations and your level 1 course, you're eligible for the practicals. And Prem was part of the last batch of the practicals. As he said, CCO is going to be hosting quite a few more courses to come. So please get on Ed app, get it done. And there are also quite a few level 2 coaching courses coming up through the ICC in the region. So we'll let you know as they come around with dates and locations.
54. Wow.
48 for 4 in the 14th over, 3 deliveries to go. Oh, and looking to pull that again. There's a big shout. The umpire says not out. Vandy's losing her cool a little bit. She's been patient out there, 21 off of 29 deliveries, but she knows that she's got to get this scoreboard ticking. It's a little low at this point in the game. They need to get at least close to that 90, 95 mark. And just with that, that's a beautiful shot down the ground. It's not going to make it for 4, but she's going to get an easy 2 runs as Hiba feels out in the deep.
I know. And Manali, just to bring the audience up to date, the second match on pitch 2, it's just the first innings is over at 54 for 10. So that was a pretty low scoring match. Hit the scorecard. Rhea Misrael, captain, made 15. We won't go into everything. Zainab 4, Arinka 1, Sania Ali 1, Krishu 3, Brianna 5, Sana Zafar 9. Anyway, it's pretty low totals, 54 for 10. The bowlers who took the wicket, Saia Pun 2, Meshwa Khan 1, Hala Azmat 1, Zuha 1, Zailin Ortiz, this is another good young talent that we have, 1. So they will go and try to make that 54. We'll go back to the game that we're covering, which is the Grizzlies and Eagle. Go ahead.
Yeah, 52 for 4 after 14 on our ground. Ontario Grizzlies inching away very, very slowly towards this 20 over mark. And as we saw in the previous over, Vandy, she's starting to take the ball. She's trying to take the attack back to the bowlers. 25 off of 31. She hit a couple of beautiful shots down the ground. Unfortunately, the grass is a little thick today. The youngster back into the attack.
Good line, good length. Played quietly out to short mid-on, silly mid-on.
I think at this point, we'd have to say that Guneet's job is to try and rotate the strike and get Vandy on strike as often as she can. She's faced 8 deliveries for just the 1 run, and every dot ball is going to cost.
Every dot ball is a nail in the side of the Grizzlies. This score is not on par. 54 for 4, 52 for 4. Cassini Santos. We can go back here.
I was just trying to find how old Hasni is, but we don't quite have that information on hand at the moment. But she's certainly an impressive young bowler in this game today.
She's 11.
Oh, I've just been told she's 11, and she's a very talented 11-year-old. She should be proud of what she's done so far.
Wow. I knew we were bringing up younger ones, but 11 years old, that's startling news. You know, sometimes when you see the ages 10, 11, 12, people will say, well, why are you playing them? Why do you have them at this level playing? Well, there is your results. If you don't give the young ones an opportunity, you wouldn't know what they're capable of. And this is a good group, and I've seen a lot of them in this year. Like I said, at least 3 to 4 per club that we have.
Yeah, she's handled the
yeah.
pressure beautifully, actually. She seems calm, she seems collected, she knows what she's doing. She's not overthinking it, she's bowling line and length, and it's worked for her very well.
Very encouraging to know that when you spend all the time putting it into these programs, you can see results and see improvements and see young ones like these young girls getting interested, staying interested, not losing interest, because that's the biggest thing with the young cricketers, to get them. If you bring them in and you don't make them feel part of this equation, they will not come back. And we suffered that a couple of years ahead when I saw that. So this year I've said to the teams, the captains and vice captains, you make sure every one of them get the ball, get the bat, get to be part of the game.
You might have gotten her with a spectator's cuss. She is just bowled
Good
another dot ball.
Good ball.
It's just going to cost her a single.
Yeah.
And again, you know, that no ball was off of a delivery that pitched more than once, and you can't really blame her. She's 11. She's trying to bowl on a full pitch length. Someone her age should be bowling on a shorter pitch length anyway. So she's doing phenomenally well based on the fact that she's trying to bowl and use that little shoulder of hers to get the ball all the way down the pitch.
Very good observation, Manali. It's kudos to her to see that she can come on the regular line and length that the adults play in, and as 11-year-old compete on the same basis, bowling good line, bowling good length, getting a wicket, and bowling very economically at this point. 1.3 over, only 4 runs have been scored off of her, and that one could be another one, but it's hit short.
It's going to be another no ball. It's a high-waisted no ball this time around. It's going to be another free hit.
Did he call it?
He did. Square leg did call it, and unfortunate for the
I was hoping that he will not call it, give the young one a break, but the game is the game and the rules is the rules, and you have to call it the way you see it.
I don't think he called it.
He did. He called it. Yeah, he put his hand out.
She's gonna try again. She comes in.
And that's going to be a wide, unfortunately. She's losing it a little bit, but it might be, just that she might be getting a little tired bowling off of a full pitch length. And, her first over was phenomenal. This over also not bad, apart from the no balls that she's bowled.
I'm just nervous. And again, and this is what I like seeing, the captain is taking the interest, speaking to all of our bowlers. As soon as they have 1 or 2 bad ball, she's up there, she's talking to them, she's encouraging them. And we saw the results from the last time when she did that with Ariba. And I'm sure it's going to have the same results this time. I was 100% correct. That was hit over the bowler's head. Feelers were too much in, so not chance of a catch, but they will get 2 runs of that.
And those hit very well straight down the ground, so really not much threat from the fielders either way. Probably in that picture where we saw Bess speaking with Hassan, you've probably got the most experience versus the least experience there.
But it's good to see that as the captain, she is doing what she was asked to do. Encourage the younger ones, make them feel that they like this game, let them keep liking this game, and let them feel that the older, more seasoned players is not taking advantage of them being part of the team.
Yeah,
and actually welcome them into the team.
And Bess is great at that. She's been around the game for years. She's played in the Caribbean for years before she moved to Canada, and she's been a pillar of the game.
Bess is one player that the national team will do tremendously well if she could get all her stuff sorted out and to be on the team.
Almost had her wicket there, Hassani. And there's a big shot for run out, and that's out. That's going to be run out. Hassani still gets a breakthrough. Might not be going beside her name, but she certainly does it for her team. Great fielding effort by the fielder at fine leg. And with that, Ontario Grizzlies lose their 5th, 60 for 5.
Like I said before, Manoli, if you bowl well and you keep the runs down, and you keep the opposition tied down, eventually they're going to try to pick it up and they're going to make mistakes. Whether it's trying to take a quick run that's not there, whether trying to hit the ball and mishitting it, whether getting an edge. If you put the pressure on, you will get the results. And that's what a lot of bowlers have to understand. Coming into bat is Sunita Dankar.
Oh, I think we've got an injury. We're being asked for a first aid kit.
Keith was supposed to bring the first aid kit. I
think
keep forgetting mine.
Gunit's injured herself in
Keith, he
that
was supposed to bring
dive
it.
when she tried to get home.
Get some ice. Let's see if we have ice. That's a bruise.
Well, blood, sweat, and tears, Prem. That's what the sport takes, doesn't it?
With a million of things I have to do and to get this, I forgot the stupid first aid kit again. We have two. Keith's supposed to have one. I was supposed to bring that one.
60 for
60
5.
for 5, 14.5
Yeah,
Yeah.
One delivery to go.
for
And
Hassini. And like you were saying, we have a little. She slided in to make that run and bruised the back of her elbow, but that's a little boo boo. It will be all right. She'll be all right. Big girl. She got it. Yeah, she's bringing it. Okay, all right. There's the first aid kit. And Hassini has now bowled 1.5, even with the no ball, with the wide. It's 9 runs that she's given away.
no, it looks like it's going to be over. That might have been the last delivery in the previous overs. It's
Scorer.
60 for 5
so
after
it's-
15.
yeah. You got to complete that over for Hassini. It's showing 1.5.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, it's gonna come up. All right. So the 15 overs has finished. 5 overs to go, and Grizzlies really need to pick up the tempo.
Habiba?
5 overs to go. Vandy is in there. She is in form. 27 off of 34 for her. She knows that she's got to put her foot on the pedal here a little bit, and she's got a good partner in Sunita. She's quite handy with the bat. She's certainly great in rotating the strike as well. If she needs to get Vandy on strike, you know you've got someone there who can do that.
Yeah. The batter is Sunita Dankar.
Vandy on strike. She looks to use her feet. She chips down. She'll get the single and bring Sunita back on strike. The intent is there from Vandy. She's now trying to be as inventive as she can.
I'm not seeing her on the score up to now. Yeah, you got it. Didn't update. All right. The 16th over is in progress. I could think Coach Rizwan, you have to get this team to start pick it up. 61 for 5. This is the 16th over in progress. And now
It's a
they're
big
hustling for another
shout.
run.
There might be a run out chance, but the throw just wasn't good enough this time around. Sunita makes it home safely at the non-striker's end, bringing, most importantly, Vandy back on strike.
Yeah, well, on the bowling is Hiba Shamsuddin, one of our national bowlers. So the skipper for the Eagles is keeping the pressure. Just keep strangling the Grizzlies. Each bowler that comes on is doing very well, and that was a big hit out by Vandana, making no contact.
Yeah, Vandy again looking to use her feet down the ground, trying to get to the pitch of the delivery. Not quite able to connect this time. And Hiba, as you said, she's a seasoned campaigner. She's played for Canada for quite a few years now.
Vandana is on strike scorer, not Sunita.
Oh,
And
that's
now
picked up.
that's a nice hit, but straight down to a deep mid on. They get one.
A good throw, direct hit. Not needed this time around.
That gets Vandana to 28 and brings Sunita on strike. It's not showing here yet. We shouldn't have to do that every time he was working. He was doing pretty good. Yeah, I tried that.
Oh, and she's played that beautifully into the offside. She'll pick up a single, bring Vandy back on strike, and this is exactly what I was saying about Sunita. She's so good at doing this. She can rotate the strike. She knows what's needed of her at this point in the game. They've still got four-ish overs to go, and she knows that Vandy's got the power to hit. she's got to play the supporting role out there, at least until the last 2 or 3 overs when she can also join the party and try and hit a few long ones herself.
Well, they have their current run rate up to 4.4, and that's what they're doing now. They're stepping up to the bowling, trying to reach it on the full, driving it back past the bowler to get a single. And as I was saying, if you can see the ball and you can defend on the ball and you can play quietly, you could place the ball and you could get singles. And singles will keep your scoreboard ticking. It will it will relieve the pressure, and that's what they need at this time. If they could score 5 or 6 runs and over, they will come up with a respectable score.
65 for 5 at the end of the 16th, and we've got Best back into the attack. It's certainly not going to get any easier for the Grizzlies.
Nope.
They've got their work cut out for them.
And Trisha's not going to make it easy for them. Helma was pitched up, hit back over her head, straight to mid-off. No run. Deep mid-off. It's called a long off and a long on. And that's clean ball. Well pitched up, nicely played, and Sunita played right across it, not getting behind it, not looking at the ball, just trying to cross it to the leg side, made no contact. And that's what we know Trisha can do. Trisha has the magic fingers when she needs to get the breakthrough.
And unfortunately, this is what pressure does as well, doesn't it,
Yep.
Graham? When you've got dot balls, no
that's
score on the board, and you know you've only got a few overs left, it forces you to play shots that you wouldn't normally play if you had more time on your hands and a larger score.
This is why, from a strategic point of view, they should have assessed this about 4 overs ago and realized that they're way behind the run rate and they need to pick it up from that point onwards. Waiting at the last 4 overs with no heavy hitters in the team, you're not going to make it. It's not going to happen.
Absolutely agree. Not the best of planning, I would say. Sunita walks back for just the 1 run today. The new player in, Prakriti Jaiswal. She starts off with a dot ball, and again, she's another young player. She's going up against a player such as Bess. I'm sure she's nervous as well.
And this young lady is another one that surprised us yesterday with bowling extremely well. She was very, very good line length, medium pace, got wickets in her first over, bowled pretty good. Trish comes in again, tosses that one up, completely beats the young Parakriti. No runs. And that was played well, pushed up back the wicket, but not anything that moves the score along.
I was just thinking that Vandy must be losing it on the other end. There she is, coming down the wicket to have a chat with her partner. She's got to get on strike, and she knows it. I'm sure that's what she's telling her batting partner. Just get me on strike. That's all I need you to do right now.
That has got to be it. Well, she's on strike now. How did they get a run or something that we didn't see? Vanden is on strike.
I think that was the end of
that was the end of the over. He's showing 2.2 here, man. Come on. There's a lag
Sorry,
here.
Bram, I think your phone isn't auto-updating for some reason, but that's 66 for 6 after 17. Vandy finally back on strike.
I didn't have this problem yesterday. It was pretty good. It was on time. 66 to 6, yeah, that was the end of the over. New over.
New bowler, Hesika.
Hesika.
Oh, and that's a big shot. It's picked up beautifully and hoiked down to cow corner. There is a fielder coming in. Unfortunately, the grass is heavy, but they're still going to get 2 runs. Good running by the youngster on the other end supporting Vandy. And now it looks like we might be in for some entertainment, Prem.
Let's hope so. Yeah, they need more like that. They need 2 runs for every delivery that they face. We'll bring them up because the projected score keep going up and down.
At 33 off 40, Vandy, she's played a great role. She's been there the whole innings. Flighted delivery. She's looking to get runs off of that, but unfortunately, sometimes flight is quite hard to bat, especially when there's no pace on the ball. You've got to generate all the power by yourself.
Yep.
Not very easy to do.
Not unless you're one of those big hitters that will pick it up and put it outside of the park.
Need a lot of muscle for that, don't you? Oh, and that is extremely flighted.
We have one of them sitting right out there, which is the coach of the Grizzlies. So his girls should be hitting balls.
That's going to be a no ball and a free hit. That was flighted so high up and well above the waist of Andy. She's going to use this as a free license, we hope. That's going to be another no ball.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Not a lot of runs on the board by the bat, but now the extras
I know,
are going
I
to help
saw
the
it.
Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Moved up to 8 for 68 now. Randy again chipping down, trying to get under the ball, but she just can't quite get there. Not getting to the pitch of the ball as well as she'd liked.
And you know how you were saying she's probably itching to get the strike? Well, she's on strike, and she's not doing anything better. Which is surprising. She's this more seasoned player, more experienced player, and she's not turning this into productive scores. Oh,
That's going to be a no ball again for height. Prim, I got to tell you, I'm sure you've not played women's cricket, but certainly that slow flighted delivery is probably one of the hardest deliveries to hit.
I don't say no. I don't say no.
That's going to be followed up with a wide, which means the next ball again is going to be a free hit.
She's struggling with her line and length.
Well, Vandy's not getting the runs, but the extras are going to help them.
Yeah. But from a bowling perspective, the young one is not getting her line or length, which is going to make her more nervous.
I did again. This time she connects, and she doesn't get the distance. A lot of elevation, just not far enough. But she'll pick up 2 handy runs. Oh, that was a tight second run.
That was a suicidal attempt, but luckily for her, it didn't hit the throw didn't hit the stumps, or it would have been curtains. But at this time, they need to go for the runs. They have to take the chances. They have to go. Yeah.
74 for 6, 2 deliveries to go in the over. Vandy back on strike. Sure, her eyes are lighting up every time she sees that flight, but it is not the easiest ball to hit. Oh, and that was another tight second run, another direct hit, and we would have seen a run out. And unfortunately, the last thing we need is the wicket of Vandy.
I am still encouraged with today's fielding performance from the Eagles. The throws are full throws. They're almost hitting the stumps. The fielders are very agile. They're getting to the ball. Pretty good. Pretty good.
1 delivery to go in the over. Can we get to the 80s? That's going to be a dot ball to finish the over. 76 for 6 at the end of the 18th.
She had all the time in the world. She saw that ball, went to it, and hit it straight to the fielder. These are the things that need to correct. You need runs. Come on, place the ball.
Prem, are you taking some notes for the next training session?
Yep, the coaches. Coaches have got to clean
Coaches' notes?
The coaches have got to clean their act up. Clean the players' act up.
2 overs to go. 2 overs to go. Is it too much to ask for 95 runs on the board? 100 maybe pushing it?
At the current run rate of 4.22, I don't think you'll get there. But you never know.
Positive thinking.
Cricket is a funny game. Uh-oh.
We just got to get Prakriti off of strike here. Get Vandy back on strike. Ontario Grizzlies is counting on her. She's carried this team from the word go. Oh, and looks like she's going to get off the
That was
mark.
well hit.
Good on Prakriti. Are you surprised they ran 2?
Yeah. No, they have to run. I'm expecting them to try to get 2, and that was pretty well hit through the covers, between the fielders. So well placed ball. So it is 2 runs. They should go for 2.
I'm a little surprised Vandy didn't stay on strike.
Again, she played out well, and that's another run that was well placed.
I think she's found some confidence out there.
Yes, yeah. Why is it doing that? Yesterday was perfect all day. All evening, I mean.
VJ,
Comes in, tosses up, and up, and that's wide.
VJ bowling her third over of her spell. VJ is another player who's played for many, many, many years. She used to be based in Manitoba. Randy trying everything she can, just can't get this ball away right now. I think she's just trying a little too hard.
Well, she can't say that she wasn't getting the strike. She's been given the strike, but has not taken advantage of the strike. And again, straight to the plate.
The fielder makes a mess of it. Unfortunately, they will pick up another single. I was saying VJ was based in Manitoba a few years ago. She's played for Canada for quite a few years. She'd represented Canada in the World Cup qualifiers. I was part of the side then as well. Back then she used to bowl pace, and she was quite effective.
I think Prakriti is doing better at this point in time out of the two. Oh. And that
Spoke
was
too early, Prem.
That was a run out. Well, and she was scoring. She was getting that scoreboard going, getting the runs ticking over, which is good. That's what you wanted. Only she couldn't make it back for two.
No, she batted very well actually. She found her confidence in the second over that she was facing, and she's starting to rotate the strike. So good for her. Again, she's also a youngster.
I do not blame her for going for the second run. They desperately need every single run they could get. Score is now 81 for 6. Projected score is 86. And the current run rate is 4.30. Prakriti has been dismissed.
82 for 7 after 19. Just the one over to go. I've still got hope, Prime. I think we can get to 95. Ontario Grizzlies need at least 95 on the board. You know, as soon as you're in the 90s, there's automatically that pressure that they're in the 90s.
Okay, let's see if you can make this true. Come on, wish it. Let's see.
Oh, I think I've spoken a little too early.
Trish just made that completely impossible.
Press control.
Yeah.
Control key, control.
Control P, control. It's his replay. It will show a replay.
You just press this.
And as we know, the captain Trisha has taken the ball for the last over, and the first delivery she's gotten rid of Vandana Manjan for 38.
Okay, sounds good. And it'll go back to normal.
Yeah, so you press this, just cuts.
And the batter replacing Vandana is Elisa Sun. So the skipper,
All the excitement.
if anyone wanted to predict who was going to take the ball for the last over for the Eagles, you couldn't have been wrong. It has to be the skipper.
As you certainly played the captain's role with the ball.
Yeah.
Vandy walking off a little bit disappointed with herself, but she shouldn't be. She's certainly done a good job for herself and for
And that's
her
another
team.
good delivery from Trish.
New batter in, Alyssa, and on the other end, Amandeep Kaur. Flighted delivery, and that keeps low. She's lucky to be there, Alyssa. That might have snuck in under her bat.
Trish is going, give me the ball, let me get here as fast as I can. I need this wicket. And again, she defended. She keeps pushing it out.
And this is just, look at Bessa's bowling figures here. You know,
Yeah.
just the 6 runs coming off of her overs, 2 wickets, going at 1.89 runs an over. You can't ask for much better than that.
Well, Manari, last year's tournament, out of 10 trophies, I think Bess took home about 6.
I can believe it. She's a very talented cricketer, and she works hard at it as well. It's not all talent; it's a lot of hard
Clean
work.
ball,
she's
and there
bowled.
it is. There it is.
She's picked up her 3rd wicket, Bess.
And I think that's the end of the Grizzlies innings. 9, because I think they were playing one short.
Yeah, 82 for 9 after 20. That was the last delivery, and we have done well.
I'm gonna go grab it.
There's the replay. Unfortunately, bowled this time. She was lucky the first 2 deliveries to not get out that way, and she does eventually hole out the same way. Ontario Grizzlies ending their innings on 82 for 9 at the end of their 20 overs. Not much to say on that batting scorecard apart from Vandy, who finished at 38 off of 51 deliveries. She would have liked some more under her belt for sure, but it was tough batting conditions out there. Just couldn't get the ball away as well as she'd have liked. On the bowling front, well, all the bowlers have bowled extremely well, but Bess definitely takes the trophy. She's got 4 overs, just the 6 runs coming off of it, 3 wickets at an incredible economy rate of just 1.5. Aman doing also very well, 2 overs, picking up 2 wickets, just the 9 runs coming off of it, and Husney picking up another wicket. The rest of them were runouts, and we'll be back with you shortly to see how well Ontario Grizzlies defend this game against the Ontario Eagles. We'll see you soon. Just fell into it right now.
Commentator.
Oh, did you hear that?
Nothing? Sorry, I keep getting like.
Okay.
Now we got the
Welcome back to those of you joining us. We are coming to you live from Centennial. We are in for quite a match. We've got not as many runs as we'd have hoped in the first innings. Unfortunately, the Grizzlies, they had a tough go to get the game going in the first innings, and they were only able to manage 83 or 82 runs on the board at the end of their 20 overs. Started the innings with a wide as Ontario Eagles are now in to bat, chasing 83 runs from their 120 deliveries, and they've already got 1 run on the board, a freebie. I'm joined today by Mr. Shaw.
Thank you for introduction.
Shawji better than Mr. Shaw?
Whatever you call it, respectful is acceptable.
Oh, and that's beautifully bowled. It's beaten everything. It's beaten the bat. It's beaten the keeper. Vandy opening the bowling. She's opened the batting just now. She put up a handy 38 runs for her team. Unfortunately, not getting as many as she'd have liked, but she's back with the ball now, trying to get a breakthrough for her side, the Grizzlies. The 2 batters, Vijay and Maliha. Vijay on strike. Yes, no. And it's going to be another dot ball.
Yeah, I think they're starting off good. There's a good left and right combination. And viewers who are just joining us here, you're watching the 2023 Women's Central T20 Championship from Centennial Park in Etobicoke, and it's brought to you by Cricket Ontario. This is one of their women's prime tournament, and we hope that you enjoy the evening. The first inning, the Eagles are chasing the 82, so target is 83.
Ball keeping low. Vandy doing all kinds of things with ball. There was an appeal, just 2 deliveries earlier. This time around, the ball stays low. Something tells me it's not going to be an easy chase.
No, not easy chase. Yesterday it happened the same thing. The second inning, they lost in the last over by 1 run, I guess, and it was kind of very tight inning. Good run, just a little bit of a misfeel, but good call. Let's see, Mahila. Mahila is a current national player, and good batsman and a wicket keeper. She's facing Vidya. Wendy. Yeah, she's facing Wendy. Wendy's also played nationals.
Malia about to take strike. She hasn't faced a ball yet. Vijay, she faced the first 5 deliveries, finally able to get off the mark. Malia has played for the national side. Oh, and that ball keeps low again. It beats the bat, it beats the keeper, and they're gonna get a bye off of the final delivery of that over. Vandy is certainly going to be a little disappointed with that because she's bowled a fantastic first over.
Yeah, and the last ball will have a little cut in it to move away from the straightforward coming in. If you look in the replay, you see that it's cut in, and then she's got to back out a little bit. So I'm kind of not surprised that the bowlers are cutting the ball a little bit, but pitches are still unpredictable.
Yeah, and Vandy is a very experienced player. She's played cricket at a high level in India. She has a lot of experience with the bat and the ball, and she certainly brings it on the side in terms of leadership. She takes leadership with the bat, the ball, and you can see her in the field. She's always live. She's helping place the field. She's thinking of what needs to be done in the field at what time.
Well, we call them a smarties, in the field, always knowing what's going on. Okay, Kainat Kazi is bowling from the west end. People may be wondering why we are bowling from the same end. It is the reason that usually the lights gets a little bad as we go by the evening. So save the time. We bowl 5 overs from each end.
The new bowler coming in is KQ. KQ. She's been around the cricketing scene for quite a few years.
She's also one of our national player.
Yeah, she was down in Brazil last year for Canada. She's had good spells, bad spells, but you know something that I do know about her is that she's an absolute live wire in the field.
Oh yeah.
Malia driving that into the leg side, not as convincingly as you would have liked, but nonetheless she picks up another single.
Well, you need some of those energetic players in the team to get everybody else motivated.
Yeah, and she's fantastic as
Yeah.
a fielder. Can't get much past her.
Yeah, she got a good arm.
There you see Vandy again, adjusting the field, moving the players around. It is a left-hand, right-hand combination, as Shaw mentioned, and that is a bit of a nightmare for a captain, isn't it, sometimes?
Yes.
Looking for a quick single. This might... Oh, and that's quite comfortably a single at the end. Malia, very good and very quick through the pitch, and she's good at backing up as well. She's quick, she's fit.
She
Good
surely
awareness.
can run. Beautiful day today, but we don't know how dark it's going to get and how quickly it's going to get.
I'm still surprised you're
Yeah.
sitting in a t-shirt while I've got a sweater on and I'm thinking of getting a jacket.
Mine is there. I'm kind of lazy to get mine.
Looking to drive that in the offside. There's a bit of soccer going on by the player in the offside. They're going to steal another single. Poor fielding effort. Shouldn't have been a run on that occasion at all.
Yeah, the switching of light and left, is so frustrating for the players, fielders, that every ball they have to switch when they make a run, and it's basically a little bit of a distracting. But this batting side, it is a good combination.
It's an interesting field because we've only got the three players on the leg side. Oh, and that's well bowled. VJ looking for the single, but is sent back, and that's going to be the end of the second over. 6 runs coming off of the first 2 overs, and Ontario Eagles, they are looking all right so far.
Yeah, 6-4, no loss after 3 overs.
Vandy is going to be continuing with her second over. Just the 2 runs coming off of her first. She's bowled it very well. Just making sure her field's in the right place. We've got a third man, a point, cover, extra cover, a mid-off, mid-on, deep mid-wicket, a square leg, and a short mid-wicket as well.
See, there was 6 and 3, and now it's 5 and 4. Fielding setup. So I think
It's calling for wide, but the umpire's hands stay down.
no slip, and
She shapes the ball beautifully. In fact, we played them in a finals of the league, Mississauga Women's Premier League, a couple of years ago, and it was unfortunate to be on the losing side. But she had cleaned us up in about the first 3 overs. That she bowled about 3 overs, and we had lost 7 wickets to her.
Wow!
Not quite the playoff final you'd have hoped for.
No, absolutely not. No. Well, good bowlers really picks up their rhythm and line and length when they see that needed to be done.
Yeah.
I think they get a little charge up, and there's competitiveness that's there for them.
And that comes in beautifully. Malia does
Good
very
call
well
for
to
a
dig
single.
that out. Oh, and it's going to be tight. That looks like it's going to be
Safe.
just safe. And you know what? I'm a little disappointed with Malia on that occasion. She didn't slide her bat across, just ran across, and we've seen that go on the wrong side so many times before.
Yeah, basic.
VJ, she's been patient on the other end. She's on strike now. Just the 2 runs coming off of her 7 deliveries, but we know she's capable of hitting a long ball. She's actually a very aggressive batter by nature. Again, slow but
Good
shaping
line.
the ball.
Good line. I like if they keep bowling this line, is going to make it a little bit difficult for them to chase it. Because these are early overs and early runs makes a big difference at the end.
Yeah, and you know what? I would have to say, if Ontario Grizzlies are to win this game, they're going to need some wickets as well. The dot balls are there, but if they don't pick up a few early wickets, then they might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, and looking to play right across the line. There's a big shout. VJ moving away across the stumps, signaling to the umpire that it is going way down the leg side, or I should say the offside.
Good call, Ampy.
That's 7 runs at the end of 3 overs for Ontario Eagles. KQ back into the attack for her second over. Just 76 runs needed off 102 balls. You'd have to say, Shaw, that's not a lot of pressure there, is there?
For me, there's not a lot of pressure, and but I think they just need to rotate their strike and they'll be fine. But if they're not rotating, then this 77 will become a challenging score.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's all it really takes, just rotating the strike, getting the singles and doubles. That's going to be a wide, straying down the leg side on that occasion, KQ, unfortunately.
See, 1 or 2 freebies will come.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that they have to rely on is that just we live on freebies, but I think they need to be creative and take the runs where it's available.
And you can see the fielders on the offside are quite deep. It's easy to
Yeah.
pick a single. Quick
And the
single
ground is
here.
slow, it's not going to go that fast.
Big swing. Nowhere close to the ball on that occasion, Malia.
I think everybody is basically, it seems that, standing up on the 30-yard line. And the ground is heavy. It means that if you hit, they have to run and chase it to win. And by that time, you can easily take single.
Yeah, all they've got to just try and drop
Yeah.
the ball. Don't need a big swing. Don't really
Yeah.
need to do anything inventive.
Here,
Again,
yes.
this time it goes to Vandy. She
She ain't going to let it
gets
go.
her body behind it. Not as cleanly as should have liked, but it's another dot ball. We're entering the twilight zone soon. The sun is setting. This is going to be a hard time for the batters to see the ball.
Yeah, good time for the golfers, but
Do you
oh,
golf?
there's no ball coming. Yes. No ball and over the waist, and they took a single free hit for VJ.
This might be exactly what VJ needs to open up her
Yeah.
shoulders. A license to hit risk-free.
Absolutely. Get the
So I always said to myself, I'm going to take up golf when I retire from cricket. I haven't made it to
Yeah.
a golf course yet.
well. One of these days you should go.
I have one right across my house.
Well, then don't wait for it.
Tell you what, I'll drop off my kids to you for some babysitting.
No, I think your husband can do it. He's very well done.
You know what? He is a good dad. I got to admit it.
Yes.
He's a very good parent. Probably a better parent than I am. Takes a certain level of patience, which I don't have.
But you do have it on the pitch.
It stays there, unfortunately. Well, not much coming off of that free hit. It ended up being a dot ball. VJ trying to pull it, but just losing complete shape over herself.
Now she hits it.
Drives that into the leg side. Looking for the second, and they're going to make it through for 2 runs quite comfortably. 12 runs.
See, this is how the big
no
mix, big difference. Now they got 4 on the side, 4 and 5. Before they have 3 and 6.
And that's Vandy does
Yeah.
know how VJ plays. They play for the same
Yeah.
club in the league. She's a very heavy leg side player,
Yeah.
and she's aware of that. The fielders are set accordingly.
Yeah, no, it's a good fielding setup. 5 and 4 actually.
That's going to be a wide. KQ unfortunately losing her way a bit. She's losing shape on her delivery stride. Arm not in the right position. Maybe we can get you a replay of her action on her last delivery. Or the next delivery if we've passed our allocated time. Much better delivery, good comeback on that occasion, good line, good length.
Let's see what happens there. So what delivery? So we missed the cut.
One delivery to come in the over. I should say one legal delivery to come in the over. KQ, she's given 9 runs off of her 1.5 overs, gone for a few wides, a few no balls. Not as tidy as she would have liked to be. Not ready to release the ball on that occasion. She's going to go back, make sure she's comfortable. She feels like she's in the right position.
hard. 28 runs from 46 balls. That's the run rate required. 27 from 45.
27 runs, 45 balls.
Stay out and get runs.
On the outside.
27 runs from 44 balls.
44 balls, 27 runs. I want to start. Go for it. Go for it. Yes. Let's go for it. Yeah, that's the ball. 27.
Let's go Eagles, let's go work hard. Big shot. Yeah, too hard. Keep on rotating, find singles. Good job, good running. Singles are good. Run, hard.
Go Grizzlies! Go for it, Phil! 18 runs, 26 balls.
tried to do big stack together. Oh, you still won. Is she out?
What's the equation is?
White ball. Ten more. 16. 9 times 2 win. 9 to win. 4 over it. Almost 9 runs. Good job, Ashley. Buddy, which team are you supporting? Which team are you supporting, buddy?
The wall, Srishti, the wall! Srishti, the wall! Srishti, the wall!
18-8! 8 runs to win! Let's go, Messi! 15 balls! 8 runs to win! Can you give them pressure?
Footballing like you!
Let's go, thank you! Let's go, Messi! Come on, God! Thank you, yeah, Dandy.
Hello. How are you? Right? How did you go there? Coaching anybody?
White ball, well done, Bessie! Every one is important!
Wide, wide, wide.
Come on, Messi! Oh, beautiful, beautiful! One more! One more!
Good job, Messi. That's Very good, Eden. I'm supporting good cricket. अभी मैंने हिबा को कहा है सीधा सीधा खेलो स्कोर आएगा आपकी वो टीम है जिसका एक्चुअल यूनिफॉर्म का सर्कल है वो है
You know that's not a shot of a national player. You know, going getting out and going after is not healthy.
Yeah. And I'm going to come back on weekends.
And you have a strong coach, team fights you. Until the last drop. That's the story.
No going and showing wrong. Don't prove him wrong.
Oh, beautiful! Beautiful in the wall!
Robin, I never
bowled out too much. Who's bowling? I hope not.
Huh?
You gotta get 5 out. That's easy for them to win. Eagles should win this. One more for them. All the Eagles should win this easy. 5 runs, 2 overs. 5 runs in 2 overs. This team has 8 runs gone already. Okay, Shresh.
Let's go, Viva! Let's go, Viva!
Let's prove Shiva off.
Wicket coming!
Your coach. I can't get him.
Wicket time! Let's go! Let's go get 25 cones, everyone!